So this will be, I don't know why I'm standing on it, I look so silly. This will be the main change to the deadlift since you last saw them. So I think that pretty much any time I've done stiff legs on the site, I've only ever done normal pulls from the floor. I've only actually ran deficits before once last year for maybe a few sessions. But yeah, they're back in full time now. We did do a couple rotations where I was going in between doing deficit and non-deficit, but it just didn't work. It didn't work having 10 days in between doing each hip hinge. It's just too long for me to pattern the movement, so it made way more sense for me to do exactly the same with these as I was doing with the normal stiff legs. So I do every 5 days, deficit stiff leg. One session is a low rep, one session is a high rep. And the benefit of that is that it's just simply a different variation of doing a stiff leg rather than doing the same thing over and over again. Makes me stronger at pulling from the floor. Also means that when I go back into doing my stiff legs, I'll feel so much more powerful. And you know, the positive that we've seen from this is that I've already seen the transfer of strength that I've got from my normal run of stiff legs I did last year into these, because the last time I did deficits, the strongest I got was I think 120 for 5 or 6. And I already have done 130 for 5 on this, so like another 10 kilos up, which is a lot on a movement like that. So, you know, if I can build these up to doing like near to 140, I know I can then transfer that into a really good run on the normal stiff legs as well when we go back to those. So today is my like higher rep session, as you guys know, devolume anyway, but the goal with that is that I'm going to try and get similar to like a match, just without like hurting myself. That's the goal. So last time I think I've done 120 for 8 and then 120 for 9, so I'll probably try and get 120 for like 8 or 9 around that range. Wherever it lands me, like the goal is just to not take anything that's gonna like break my back. That's the goal, because the last couple of sessions I've like really pushed it and I've come out and I've been like, oh yeah, that maybe wasn't smart, and that's not good. That's why I'm showing this, because this site is not here for me to just show you me doing really cool things. Like that's not the point of the site. Like maybe Instagram is the place for that. The site is here for me to show you what you should be doing, what sometimes needs to be done in order for you to keep moving forwards. And sometimes what needs to be done is doing something that doesn't look as impressive on a reel or on an Instagram post. That's important stuff that you need to do. So you can't always be distracted by like, oh, I need this set today because it looks great on my Instagram feed. Like, you know, like F that, you know, like sometimes you can't do that stuff. So hopefully today is going to stand as a good example for that, and you'll see me take a good but smart set for what is needed for my long-term progress. Honestly, the biggest thing that you can do that's going to really help your bodybuilding journey is you need to stop paying attention to all the minute variables when you're not even paying attention to the things on a bigger scale. You're not even nailing the things that you need to be nailing, just basics on a day-to-day basis. Like, it's pointless coming into like a row or a movement and worrying about the perfect setup or the perfect resistance profile when you don't even know how to train to failure yet. It's pointless worrying about, you know, an extra gram of oats when you're not even eating your meals consistently on a daily basis. Like, so many people worry about all of these fine details and things like posing and these perfect transitions. It's like, just worry about doing the basic things that you need to do as a bodybuilder first. Nail those. Like, sleep, eat, train hard. Do all of those things, and then you can start to focus on the small things after that.